Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is Emily of Imperfectly Em. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. Welcome to another episode of the New Makeup Hangover. New Makeup Hangover is a new release style video that I create in collaboration with two of my dearest friends, both here on YouTube and in the real world. Teresa is dead and Audra at home and I all came together to introduce this other component to our new makeup release shit show. Some weeks we do New Makeup Nonsense Bingo, where there's a bingo card, libations, a whole thing. And some weeks we do the hangover. No bingo card, no alcoholic libations, a lot of iced coffee when it comes to me, and the other folks in the group choose as they so desire, and just a bit of a chiller vibe. In terms of gathering these releases, some of these are ones I was not able to talk about during the bingo game because we pick at random, and then others came out in between filming. I don't know why it's complicated to say that. We skipped last week. It was Cyber Monday. It was post-holiday, weekend shit show. Shit show is one of my favorite words if you're new here. So this is just kind of me opening up the new release accounts on Instagram and picking at random. So if you like colorful makeup, if you like bitches with lots of opinions, or you just like cute fat babes, I hope you will subscribe. I will have Teresa and Audra's videos linked in the description box. If for some reason you haven't seen theirs, definitely go check them out after my video. Tell them I said hi. We always send lots of love to both Teresa and Audra. And let's do this thing. We have a red flag on the field. I don't know sports. Is that the terminology? But I forgot the first thing I bookmarked. BRB. I am not fully making a mixed beverage, but this first release is calling me to maybe spike my coffee. So we're gonna do that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just to take the edge off of this. You'll see. You'll see. How much is that? I don't know. It's just right. It's just right. So what, you might be asking, has driven me to drink? NYX has partnered with Avatar Way of the Water, which I believe is the second movie, I almost called it a video, the second movie in the Avatar world. So this collection is available now, in case, you feel like supporting some actual fuckery. Or not. Well, I don't know why I'm encouraging you to do that. Okay. So there are lip glosses, there are lipsticks, there is an SFX pigment, a setting spray, some bioluminescence sticks, highlighters, there is a face palette, and then there is an eye palette. The face palette, which has 6 pans, is $25. And the eye palette, which it's $40. It's $40. NYX is $40. NYX eyeshadow palette is $40. I have been around long enough that I remember the NYX Elements palettes. I remember those hitting the market and they were $20 and there was like 5 or 6 of them. So that also was like, what, am I spending $120 to like buy all of the Elements palettes? Absolutely not. So the $40 palette both feels like home in terms of roasting NYX and also makes me go, what in the fuck? And here's the thing. Is it a rainbow palette? Yes. Do I actually think it's might be a pretty color story without the packaging? Possibly. But I don't trust NYX eyeshadow in any capacity. And I definitely hate the packaging on both the palettes. But the thing is, I never saw Avatar. I never wanted to see it. Truly, I was like James Cameron and Blue People and Pocahontas round 2. You can keep that. As I have discovered from being friends with a mediophile, as Audra is, I'm not a movie person. I kind of knew that, but like, I'll definitely learn that. And I just, what is going on? But the thing that is also just a little bit wild to me is that when I look at the glosses and the highlighting sticks, I'm okay with them. The blue pigment paint, I'm curious if it's what the quality is like. But like, this is okay. Some of the glosses, not the highlighter sticks, because I have finally accepted that I don't prefer cream blush or highlighter. Because I mean, I can fucking accomplish beam me up Scotty, blind your eyeballs, glowy, glossy, shiny goodness with powders, and they're way easier for me to use. So I don't want like the highlighter stick or any of them or the glosses, but I also don't mind them. And I feel like this is one of those things about editing that I think if things were different, I could consider putting some of those glosses on my wish list. But the fact that it's Avatar and I just don't want to. I just don't want to. And it's like, I don't want to like support, even though it's me buying glosses doesn't affect the performance of the palettes, but in my head they do. So I just don't. But like, I hate the eyes palettes, Huda 2, hate them. I hate the shapes of the palettes. I think especially the eye palette. The face palette bothers me less, but we gotta stop. We gotta go. Just moving on. Just moving on. Just moving on. This is a quick thing I wanted to mention. The L'Oreal True Match foundation has finally been repackaged with a pump. I don't even give a fuck about foundations. They're not one of my makeup happy places. But I have forever just felt like so many brands miss the mark with their foundation packaging, especially in the drugstore. Especially because drugstore pricing has gone up and up and up and up. It's like, if you're gonna charge what you're charging, give me a goddamn pump. It's been a while since I've talked about new makeup, so I am very spicy today. But yes, I mean, it's supposedly $14 per foundation. I know a lot of drugstore and like budget store pricing is quite variable, but I don't know. It's just like, okay, it's about damn time. Also, another release that surprises me, it's been this long. Like, I'm surprised it has taken this long for this kind of dupe to hit the market. e.l.f. has released the Lash and Roll Mascara. It's $6. There are 3 shades of it. It's a mega curly mascara with a double-sided and curved silicone brush to lift and separate lashes for an eye-opening effect. And it basically looks like it's Benefit Roller Lash, theoretically duped out. And I'm surprised it took this long. Oh, okay. Black and brown are basically the colors. I'm surprised it took this long for a brand to very like clearly dupe that mascara out at a drugstore price. And I have kind of kept an eye out for that because I've heard for the kind of mascaras I like, I've heard the Benefit Roller Lash could be a nice option, but I don't want to pay Benefit money for mascara personally. And yeah, I just but for e.l.f. for like $6 or whatever it would be for me, because pricing is wild, I would consider it. I don't know if it's any good. I don't know if it's actually kind of like duping the energy of the roller lash, but they've definitely captured the energy in the packaging and the marketing photos. So Flower Nose. Flower Nose is one of those very soft, romantic brands. And they're an Asian beauty brand. I feel like a dumbass because I don't have specific details, but so like that aesthetic I understand that's kind of just the nature of a lot of Asian beauty brands, but not all of them. So they have this new Chocolate Wonder Shop collection. It's going to be out on December 9th. There are 3 different 8-pan eyeshadow palettes, 9 chocolate lip creams, 4 blushes, a contour highlight palette, mascara, perfume, mirror, hair clip, blah, blah, blah. It's very cutesy, chocolate shop, romantic, preemptive Valentine's Day release is what it feels like, even though it's coming out in December. That's kind of what it feels like. I get why this is, and like some of the things that Flower Nose has released has gotten me emotionally, has grabbed me, but this, there's something about these palettes that I'm just looking at them and I'm thinking, I think Moira has done this kind of thing just as good as Flower Nose. Now, I'm not saying the Flower Nose palettes aren't like heavier feeling or something, and they are metal versus cardboard, but I can't get that excited. And then the highlight contour palette, like, I am sure there are people that are looking at those contour shades and thinking, absolutely, hell yes, that's for me, but I will always yell about the fact that, like, I like the concept of face palettes, but I need brands to actually fucking commit to making options for multiple skin tones. And I don't care where your brand is based. So, don't even put that in the comments, please. Yeah, so, like, no, I'm good. I'm real good. I don't get it. I also... a release that kind of makes me uncomfortable to look at is this new palette from Virado. Virado is a luxury brand, very high end. They've been doing these 5-pan palettes that look like molten rocks. Like they've had, I think the standard packaging is gold. They've had a black exterior for like a sparkly and matte black palette. So they have this new Purple Echo palette. It's $58 for the 5 shades. There are 3 finishes in there: metallic, matte, and ultra glitter. There is a part of like luxury me that really would like to have like one Virado eye palette, just like whatever one really calls to me. You would think the purple might be the one, but the swatches are wildly disappointing. But also, that packaging that I personally think has a lot of beauty to it, in purple is giving me baby sonogram. Is that the word, sonogram? You know? Where they scan your belly and show you your baby. It's giving me that. It's giving me weird alien face, like in the purple. I don't like it. I wouldn't want that in my. But you know what? Actually, that first larger Virado palette that came out, that one that had like a face on the cover, that haunted Teresa's old apartment. So I guess it makes sense that they would release something else that gives me the feelings of being haunted or stared at or something, so I'm gonna keep scrolling. Oh, there's some new Dior releases. There's a big old blush palette, and I don't know why I even bookmarked that. In my head, I have this feeling that I would like Dior blushes. And I love the Dior Backstage highlighter quad that I have. The one that's in rose gold. I love that. But then I also see a lot of releases that make me go, what is going on? I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that. Because I don't know. It's confusing to me. Can somebody, how is it that a brand released a pink and green palette that doesn't draw me in? I mean, I guess it's possible because I did 2 whole videos showing this pink and green palette of my dreams that I made because Natasha Denona failed miserably, in my opinion. But then Glamlight releases the strawberry shortcake collection, and like, nostalgia me, yes, maybe, kind of, yeah, yes and no. Like, yes, I think the lip gloss packaging is cute. The sponge looks kind of cute. And you would think pink and green, that has Emily's name written all over it, but I think Trixie Cosmetics has released some of the cutest holiday looking packaging. Trixie Cosmetics released these 4 pan cookie palettes in Miss Sugar Cookie, Miss Jelly Filled Cookie, Miss Gingerbread Cookie, and then these Sweet Treats lip oils that look like excuse me, they look like little hard candies, but they're lip oil. And like the 4 pan palettes are $16 and lip oils are $12. There's also a brush set, a sweatshirt, and a PR box. It's already available. It might be gone. I don't know. But like, I don't actively want any of the palettes. I don't think that any of them really call to me. But like one of those little lip oils, that's cute. That's really cute. I think I gave Trixie Cosmetics some props for Halloween, the way they did their it was a little 6 different, or 6? Was it 6? Was it like a liquid lipstick and a gloss and 3 colors, so 6 products? It was a little release, but it really like hit, in my opinion, the like Halloween aesthetics, and I felt like it made sense for their brand. This also does that for me, and maybe I have a bit of a soft spot for the brand, even though I've never bought anything from them. But I don't know. I just saw this and I was like, a holiday release that's very cheesy, and I don't hate it. Okay. I don't know why my voice broke right then, but okay. Why is Be Perfect Cosmetics giving me brand whiplash? They have this new collab with Ikensu Official. It's a 4-piece collection created by Ikensu to achieve her signature look. Includes a radiant glow skin enhancer, the Fearless face and eye palette, mini Empress base and body brush, and luxurious half lash set. Okay, so you have to get these little bundles, and you can like create, or no, I guess you can buy them separate. I saw this picture and I was like, oh, who's releasing foundations and like a face palette, whatever. And the fact that it's Be Perfect, I mean, it just, nothing about it reads that brand to me. I also question having a base product as like a collaboration. I'm assuming limited edition, but it doesn't specifically say, but I kind of like, I'm like, base products take like research and trial and error, and I would be nervous to buy in that like it's just a collab capacity. And part of me feels like it's a little bit manipulative of like, oh, we'll test out this product with a collaboration because people will buy it because they like the person they're collaborating with. And I know I'm being very cynical about the whole thing, but also I think it's just so different from the brand aesthetic that I've seen so far that like I just generally question everything about it. Just me. I saved this and I honestly don't care. They're made by Metro Blushes. Whatever. Weird compact. Don't need my compact to be M-shaped, even if somebody that has M prominently in their name. Yeah, I don't care. Martine Cosmetics released a palette that reminds me of Nomad Cosmetics. That's not a compliment. Okay. These indie brands need to really take a look at their price points because there is a collab palette that is $90. It's 21 shades, $90. I'm not saying it's not pretty, but I know nothing about the brand, and I would not start out with a $90 palette to figure out if I like the brand. ColourPop is releasing another giant palette. They are doing a purpley teal. This is the Aurora Strike collection. Full of wintry shades, 30 pans. There's a shimmering dry oil. There are 3 lip oils, 3 light sticks, and a face gloss. I have tried their clear lip oil and it's... No, thank you. I don't like it. It's very thin. It's not like it doesn't have like gloss. I don't feel like it has lasting power. It's just no. I don't like the creamy sticks and like the palette. Okay, Aurora Borealis, like the night sky, star, space, galaxy, like all of that. Fuck me up. But I just see this as a 30 pan. I'm just looking at a little picture. I know, but like I just don't care. And I would think that with this kind of inspiration that I might be more tempted, but no. And I really don't care about the Small World palette, mixing pan shapes to make the palette look interesting. Good job there. I'm going to end on these 2 releases, because if you can't tell, I don't give a fuck about most things. But so I first saw these palettes. I think Audra shared them. The Ace Beauté Aura and Envy palettes. They are 2 new 12 pan palettes, and one is like giving me murky purple. So you're getting like some murky poopy brown shades and then some purples, and like in a nice range of like pinky, plummy, lavender. And then I think the Envy palette is giving you like green, blue, purple. Like it's more purple than blue. It's like I have to say both of these color stories are pretty to me. I still don't feel connected and tempted enough to buy the palettes based on my personal experience with the Ace Beauté formula and just what I've seen since. None of it really makes me go, oh, absolutely. But I do look at the color stories and I say, I think you did a good job making some interesting color stories that still feel usable, and kind of like we're taking like fall, winter, and then going into like winter. Like the plummy brown palette feels like fall, winter, and then the other palette is giving me more of like a range of winter shades, because you have icy and you also have deep and you have like, you know, pine trees and snow kind of vibe. But then I saw this other release and I thought any possible temptation for these palettes, which was a very small temptation, but any possible temptation is gone because Lethal released new palettes. And of course it is, because I'm a bit of a fan of Lethal. So Lethal has this really big new collection. I feel like the surprise of the collection is a 15-piece vegan brush set. They also have a new large double-sided magnetic palette, and they've relaunched their 3-pan face product palette in like an all black aesthetic. Because the one that I have, the one that like, if you buy one of the pre-existing bundles, it's like a copper rose gold metallic situation. But the two palettes, they also released two 12-pan palettes, are both beautiful to me. So they have the Metamorphosis palette, which has like more of a brown palette exterior with like leaf embossing. And it's giving me, again, like reddy, orange, green. This color story also screams fall to me. But of course, the one is the Evergreen palette. So this has like a more green packaging, I think. And this 12-pan is giving you green, it's giving you blue, it's giving you purple with a little bit of like browny, goldy tones. So there were a lot of like Halloween and Halloween adjacent palettes that came out this year. From that Martine Cosmetics palette to Beauty Bay had like the Dark Fantasy palette, to all of the ones that Unearthly released, to Belle Butte Bar, like all of these. And I feel like this palette is like all of the energy I had. It's a Halloween palette in my, like something about the colors. I think the more acidic bright yellow green, and then the bright green and the deeper tones and the duochrome, like, and because Lethal's palettes are just basically magnetic or single eyeshadow bundles, it's also, I'm not stuck with this pre-built palette. I can take it apart and mix and match and, you know, as I want with existing shadows I already have and all of that. So the thing that I have really been enjoying with brands as somebody that is unable to just shop pretty much at all right now, and for the last couple months in the foreseeable future, is that they don't tend to make a lot of limited edition, it's gonna go away kind of products. So I can lust after this beautiful 12-pan for a while and still be able to get it. I did that with the Night Flower palette and I have no regrets. I'm so happy I picked it up. I did that with the 1UP palette. All I'm saying is that like, I still have an adoration for Lethal Cosmetics. I still really, their mattes are still, I think, my #1 favorite matte formula. I'm wearing them today. They just are. So this collection looks really pretty. I know a couple friends got the brushes and the palette. They got like, I know, the whole thing. So I'm curious about the brush set, but that's not like that doesn't draw me in the way that one palette does, that Evergreen palette. My word. I'm going to end there because I feel like that's kind of covered most things I had bookmarked. I know I kind of skimmed over some things, but I just, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Also, the sun is setting because of course it is. You know, it's barely 5 o'clock and I'm like, oh, the light is changing as it does all day. So I would love to hear your thoughts about anything I talked about. And if there's anything that I didn't get to talk about, still like tag me on Instagram, find me over there. I know that I'm not always great at incorporating the tags into the videos, but I'm trying. But anyway, I just appreciate y'all hanging out with me today and all the time. Thank you so much to my patrons and my channel members because y'all are such a huge fucking fantastical help and a huge part of my life. And if you feel so inspired, I would love to have you over on either in the membership area or on Patreon. I'm still kind of figuring out myself and life, and I'm about to get too deep. Let me just wrap this up. Thank you so much to y'all, everybody that's watching, everyone that has subscribed or, you know, followed or any of the things. I appreciate you so much. Don't forget to take care of yourself better today than you did yesterday. And don't forget to go watch my friends' videos if you have not already. Bye, friends.